Good morning, everyone. This is Debbie Gruber from Lots of Knots Ceramics, and I came out today because I want to tell you the exciting contest that we have going on here at Lots of Knots for all of you people out there on Facebook. And what I want you to do is go out to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once I have 100 subscribers to my YouTube channel, I'm going to be giving away one of these two beautiful jack-o'-lanterns. See? And I have two of them up here that you can choose from, and I will go ahead and either ship it to you if you're too far away, or if you'd like to come and pick it up, you certainly could do that. But this one's in greenware, that's why it looks a little different than this one. Greenware meaning that I actually poured this and took it out of a mold, and that's as far as I got with it. And that's because this sweet little girl came into the shop last week, and I had them both ready, and she fell in love with this pumpkin and wanted to make it for her dad. So I didn't have the heart to tell her no, but she wanted it so badly, I said, go ahead, take it. So that's why one is in greenware and one is not. So today, obviously, I'm going to show you how to paint this one because it's in bisque. And I'm going to bring this down and get started. Now, what I chose to do here is I did not put a hole in the back for like a clip light. You know, I could do that, but I didn't put a hole on there simply because I want you to either put a candle in here, or you can put one of those electrical candles. You know, you just turn it on the bottom and put it in there, and it makes a nice little light. If you'd like to have the electrical on there, you have to order it that way, and then I'll make that for you with the clip light hole for you. Okay, so that's that. Now, you can just leave the inside white if you'd like, so it's like a little bit brighter. But if you're going to leave it white, then I recommend that you paint it white on the inside. And the reason for that is when I seal it with the clear spray that I use on the acrylic paint, when I seal it up, it doesn't seal where there's no paint. So what happens is after time, it'll get dirty and it'll look terrible. Not that you can't come back in and paint it at a later time, but you know, why not just paint it once and be done, you know? So what I chose to do is I'm going to use bright orange Americana paint. And I just put some on my plate like I always do. And I'm going to paint the inside and the outside the same color. And the one thing that's very nice about this paint is any color will go over the top of any color. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint the whole thing, you know, a solid color, and then come back in and change the leaves, like on the lid here, I'll change the leaves. So I'm actually going to start with the lid because I have to let this dry so I can show you how to do the vines on the top of the lid. And I'm going to paint the inside too, you know, on the outside. And I chose this brush because this brush is soft. It's big, so I can do a big area, and it's soft. When you're doing a soft surface, you want a soft brush. And the reason for that is it keeps the paint smooth. You know, in this paint, what you see is what you get. So when you put your paint on there and you smooth it out, if you have like upraised paint, or blobs I call them, they're the enemy because they don't smooth out on their own. They're going to stay just the way it looks. What you see is what you get. So you want to make sure you keep the paint nice and smooth just because it looks nicer when you're done. You want your finished product, you know, in my opinion, the finished product should look like a real pumpkin. Or, you know, even if you want to go like a little bit crazy, which is fun too, you know, you could paint this guy purple and pink if you want to. It's your pumpkin and you can paint it any way you want. But for my purposes, I'm going to use the orange and paint it orange. So I'm just going to take some of this paint here. And when you put the paint down on your piece, you know, ceramic is very thirsty, so it sucks it in. So you want to make sure that you stay with what you put down until it's totally spread around. But look how nice this big brush is. It just gets this whole area here. It's kind of weird trying to paint this one, but it's weird. Now I want to get it everywhere. You know, I don't want to see any of the white that's from the bisque. Bisque meaning ceramic that has been fired once and is ready to paint. That's what bisque means. And then the stuff that's just been poured, it has to be clean, that's called greenware. So that way, if I reference something, you'll understand for sure what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you this stuff, you know, over and over again until you find, you know, till you all know it professionally. And I'm just going to paint this in here. All the way around. And when it dries, if I feel like I need to put another coat, then put another coat. I mean, it's just paint. It just takes a couple minutes. Look how fast I got this on here. Now I'm going to work my way up. And I'm not going to worry about all these leaves that are on the top of this pumpkin lid. I'm just going to go ahead and paint them as well, because any color will go over the top of any color. So I'm holding this for a second so I can get it to smooth out real nice. And I don't want to put it down yet because, you know, it's pretty wet. But I have little cheats that I've come up with through the years so I don't have to stand here like this and just hold this until it's dry. I have no patience for dry time. I have total patience when it comes to teaching someone how to paint ceramics when they're in here at the shop. I could sit there and teach them and I'm patient. But when I'm painting and doing this stuff, I have no patience. I like to work on 4 or 5 projects at the same time because all I have to do is change seats and I'm on another project. And that when the first one's dry, I can come back to it. And that seems to work for me. I always look forward and backwards because I want to make sure that I keep this paint nice and smooth. So sometimes when you're moving around your piece, you're seeing the piece at a different angle. So you may see something that you didn't see before. Like look up in there, I have to get in there and get all this covered with the orange and spread it out as much as I can. Now I normally will probably put at least 2 coats on here because I want to make sure it's all covered really nice before I come in and spray it. And then I know I'm going to antique it. So when you plan ahead and you know you're going to antique it, you want to pick colors that are lighter than what you're seeing in your imagination. See, look, I have this little bowl, and I'm going to stick this on here. That way it doesn't touch the cloth. Is that smart or what? And I'm going to paint this too. Why? Even though I know this is going to be green, because when I go to put the green on, I want it to totally match from all angles. So if I didn't have the orange underneath here, the green would be like just a little bit of a different shade, which is bad. You know, I have to put coat after coat after coat to get them to match. So I just do it this way, and that way it'll all match, and you won't have to deal with coat after coat after coat. So I'm going to do probably another coat of this orange on here before I go to the green. So I'm going to push this over to the side, kind of give it one more look over, make sure everything's smoothed out. That's the most important thing, that it is smoothed out. Look, I missed this whole section right here, so I have to take care of that. There. Then it's not even a big deal if you do miss something, because when you go to put your second coat on, you can catch it then. And then I'm going to paint the inside and the outside with this orange too, see? But it goes on pretty quick because I got a nice big brush and it's going on real nice. There we go. Beautiful. And you want to make sure you get around in here real good. And I want to get in between like these holes too, see? So I'm going to get it in here, see? And I just kind of put it down there. And I move quick because I want to get the paint in there, and then I can spread it out. Just don't move on until you know that you don't have any blobs, upraised paint, before you move on. These pumpkins are so cute. I call this the Great Pumpkin Junior. And why do I call it that? Because there's a great pumpkin. And it's exactly the same piece, but it's huge, huge. And I even have the same piece in little tiny ones that, you know, the kids like to paint. They're cute, really cute. And I try to keep them in stock all the time, not just at Halloween time, because they're just very cute. So I want to get that bottom there for the same reason, so I can put it down, give it a chance to dry enough that I can put it down on the cloth and move along. Okay, I'm just going to go back around, make sure I have it all covered real nice. See? So I know you guys would really like to have these for your house. That's why I chose these particular pieces to do for our contest. And I like to do contests because, boy, I tell you something. You have the people, you know, pretty much like me that kind of stay traditional. And then you have the other people who kind of go crazy. And when they go crazy, it's really cool. You know, I've seen these pumpkins painted in a lot of different colors, and it looks fabulous, just fabulous. So you could do pink if you want, or purple. It doesn't matter. You could do it any color you want. It's your pumpkin. It's going in your house. You can put it any way you want, which is what I like about painting too. And I try to make sure I get all the things. Okay, so I'm sure you got the idea on this. So I'm going to set this off to the side for now and come back to our lid, which seems to be, you know, pretty much dry, that I can show you how to put the green on. I see that people are watching, and I thank you very much, but I have the camera kind of set back a little bit today, and I can't see it. So I can't say hi. So hi. I'm just reaching back and grabbing one of these. All right. And today I'm using Iris Moss. And I'm just going to pour some on there. It's a nice green color. It is a little bright, but again, when you antique it, it's going to dull it down some, so you don't have to worry. And then I'm going to take a small paintbrush this time. I'm going to get some paint on there, and I'm going to come in and do these vines and these leaves. And the reason I painted the orange first is because if I had done the green first, then you would have had to go around all this stuff to get the orange on. I don't go around anything until I have to. When you're doing acrylic paints, you can get away with a lot. When you're doing glazes and underglazes, that's a different story, and we'll go there when the time is proper. But for now, just know that when you're using acrylic paints, any color will go on the top of any color. It may take more than one coat, but it's still easier to do it that way, in my opinion, than it is to go around all the stuff. So now I'm just gonna come like I always do. I'm gonna put my paintbrush down. I'm gonna move it to where I want it to go, and I'm just gonna slide it backwards. And just keep going all the way around. I'm gonna cover all the vines and all of the leaves, just like this. And I'll keep it going here for a little while so you can see what I'm doing. And then again, I'll go off camera and get the coats up to where they should be. That way when I come back on the next time, it is ready to go to the next step. See? Just like this. And I'm just gonna cover all the leaves. You know, fill them in real nice, just like this. So this is the part, you know, it takes a little bit of time. It's very fun to do, but it takes a little time. And I can do this off camera because I'm going to do the same thing all around the entire lid. You know, come around these little circle things that you see on here. I'm trying to paint awkwardly so that you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just going around this. And I'm going to leave some of that orange showing through over here. There, see? And I'm just going to keep going around and around until I have the stem covered. All of these things will be covered with the green. And then when I have this done, I'll come back online and I'll spray for you so that I like to spray on the camera for you as many times as I can because I want to make sure you guys spray it right. Because if you spray it wrong, then you got all kinds of headaches and we don't want to go there. So I want to make sure you guys know how to spray when you're doing this. So the next time I come on, you'll need, if you want to continue with this, I'm going to antique it, so I'll show you the antique that I'm going to use. And when you do use this antique, which we have available here, you have to buy mineral spirits. You can get that at any hardware store. And I keep saying that because you guys got to get out there and get your mineral spirits. So that way we're ready to move on with our Halloween and our Christmas decorations. Okay, so for today, I'm going to stop and I'll get this caught up. And then when I come back on, I'll have the orange and the green on there. And then we can go from there. So you guys have a great day. It's a holiday weekend. So you guys be safe and have a good time with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching our video today. Real quick before the up next video starts playing, do us a favor and smash the like and share buttons. If you want to see more of our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you're notified when we post new content. If you want to start your own project or just order some supplies, check out our store at www.lokceramics.com. Hope to see you in the next video.